Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday morning. James Breen, my buddy, he's already reporting. Let's see here. Good morning. He says JR 74 Fahrenheit in Savannah, Georgia. Fahrenheit. Yeah, we don't use Celsius, do we? I remember, in second grade, they told me we were going to move to the metric system. Yeah, it didn't happen. Not going to happen. Welcome, everybody. Hey, this is my daily coaching, training, question answering thing I do to help you start, run, and grow online businesses. Welcome, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Sometimes the audio doesn't work, and then I'm talking and nobody be hearing. So I want to make sure you can hear me. Don't forget to put your comments, questions, suggestions, whatever you got in that chat section. I love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button down there. Turn it from red to gray and ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so that, you know when I go live, when I do new videos. And James says, loud and clear, yep, I'm going to ring the bell. He's the man. He's the man. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up too if you don't mind doing that. Hey, today I'm going to be talking about software that you need to run an online business. However, if you've got questions about your online business or growing an online business, put that in the chat section. I'll answer any questions that are there that has to do with making money online. That's what we're all about. If you're already using some softwares and you want to do some suggestions, you can put that in the chat section too. I would love to hear about it. Selling online is, I guess it's kind of complicated when it comes right down to it. I was looking at all the things that we do and softwares and all the stuff we use. And my gosh, I was like, man, I ought to go over this for everybody because, there's so many things that, we need to make money online. And I need them really because I want to automate everything. I don't want to have to do anything manually. I love everything automated, when somebody comes into my ecosystem, they opt in for a PDF or whatever, they're going to start getting a series of emails and it's going to tell them about different programs I have. It's going to tell them about my YouTube stuff. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that comes at them, which is good because, that's what they're there for, right? Let's see here. I got another comment popping up there. Yeah, I punched the like button. Thank you so much, James. I really do appreciate it. Appreciate you doing that. And guys, if you're watching this and it is not live, what a shame. But it's okay. You can still get the same advantages of everybody else. You can't ask live questions. However, you can put stuff in the comments section and I come back and I answer those later on. I just did that late last night, was going through answering some of y'all's comments, and I really appreciate all those comments, guys. Really nice to get them. The channel in the past 3 or 4 days has really skyrocketed in views. It's like quadruple what it was before, which I just, I got to thank you guys so much because without you, the channel's nothing. Channel doesn't even mean anything without you. So you are the channel. I'm just the facilitator of it. I'm the guy who just kind of gets you the information you want, but you guys really own the channel. And you own what I'm going to do. If you have certain things you want to hear about, certain things you want to learn about, by all means, let me know so that I can provide those things to you. I really want to do that. So let's talk about software. What the heck is software anyhow? It's like, you can't really see it, touch it, feel it, smell it, right? But it's there. And there's so many things that you really need to run an online business. If you're doing a web page, let's say you have a web page for your business, you're going to have to put that web page somewhere on some platform. You're going to put it on WordPress, or you're going to put it on Wix, or you're going to put it on, I don't know, GoDaddy pages or whatever. You're going to put it somewhere. The problem with building a web page, I'll tell you, is unless you're doing like a blog, okay? If you're doing a blog, set that aside. But if you're doing e-commerce or you're selling affiliate stuff or whatever, putting up an entire web page around a niche, I think, is a colossal waste of time. And the reason I think that is because you don't know what works yet. So if you were to build a web page around, let me think of a product. Let's say you're into the fishing niche and you're going to sell fishing rods and fishing gear. And you pick some products and you build an entire web page all around this fishing gear, and then you find out it doesn't sell, or the profit margins aren't big enough, or you lose your supplier, or whatever the case may be. You've done all that work for nothing. So I suggest you do a sales page first. And the best place to do sales pages is by far Kartra. You hear me talk about Kartra all the time, and it's really because I use it every day. I love it. It makes me literally millions of dollars, and I pay a few $1,000s a year to use it, which I think is an incredible deal. Oh yeah, Gardner's here. I got a notification that Gardner's at the front door. He's out there with that weed blower. Okay, we have tons of those in California. But see, with Kartra, you can build this page, where you can actually sell your products and see if it works first. And if it works, then you can go further. Now, the one thing that I didn't do that I really should have done in the beginning is to start building my email list. Email list, man, so important. I have a decent list now. It's not near big enough for what I want, but I know for a fact that if I needed money, if I just said, oh, JR, I need some money today, I need a couple $1,000s, I could email my list. As a matter of fact, I've got a survival list, and then I've got people who want to make money online list, and I know I could generate money today. I know I would have money today. That's kind of a cool feeling. Now, it's taken me years to build these lists, and I've spent a lot of time, money, and effort, but the point is I've got them now. In the beginning, I wasn't building a list. In the beginning, I would just, sell stuff on my website, and I had an email provider. Back then I had Constant Contact, I think in 2009, 2010, and I really didn't know what to do with it. I really didn't. I didn't have a clue. I didn't have a clue to build it. I didn't know how to get people on my list. I didn't know how to email people, and now I actually have courses on that. I have the email earning system, which is a course that teaches you how to do emails, which is pretty cool. And in doing so over the years, I've learned a lot. So the next thing you need is an email provider. And the thing you need to look out for when you get an email provider is you got to make sure that it can do a whole lot of different things. In other words, it can be dynamic. If somebody clicks inside one of your emails, you need to know that they clicked in there. If they went to a web page, you need to know that they went to the web page, because that's how you're going to market to them, through all the actions that they're doing. If you don't know the actions that they're doing, you don't know how to market to them. So, what all's out there? Well, I've used Aweber, I've used Infusionsoft, which is now Keep, I've used MailChimp, I've used Constant Contact, and by far, here it is again, the best one is Kartra. Kartra will also do those sales pages I told you about, but it also does emails. Now, if you're interested in Kartra, I want you to go to the description of this video after it's done. It won't be there now, so you can't get to it. But after it's done, there's going to be a link in the description where you can watch a video on everything that Kartra does. And it's pretty impressive. And the thing with Kartra, this is what I like. I was paying for 8 different pieces of software monthly. 8 different pieces of software. I was paying several $1,000s a month just to Infusionsoft to have my email list there. And now I have Kartra, and I pay a few $1,000s a year, and I have a whole lot of other things. So let me talk about some of the other things that you need too. So we've got our sales page thing, and we've got our email provider, but we need something that is going to be like a sequence builder. In other words, it's going to go from one email campaign to the next, to the next, to the next, based on if that person bought or not. And so let's say, let me give you an email sequence for, let's say, survival food. Okay, so I have some canned meats, and let's say I'm selling the beef. I'm selling the beef in 28 ounce. I have an email sequence that goes out to people that says, hey, we've got these cases of beef. You can buy 1, 5, or 10 of these, and it's on sale for X number of dollars. Why don't you buy it? Okay, so it sends them out an email. Then the next day, it checks to see if they got tagged with beef cases. In other words, did they buy one of these? And if they didn't buy one, it sends them another email. It says, hey, you didn't buy this. Here's another reason to buy it. And then the next day, it does the same thing. It checks to see if they bought it. And if they didn't buy it, it sends them the next email. Now, this goes through a process of like 4 or 5 days, a bunch of different emails. And when it gets to the end, it ends that sequence. Okay, it's done. But the smart thing about the sequence was it knew all along the way if the person bought, and then it didn't email them if they already bought. Let me get a sip here. Now the question arises, what about 2 months down the road or 3 months down the road? The people who didn't buy, do you want to email them again? And you say, of course I do. And you say, well, what about the people who did buy? Do you want to email them again? Well, yeah, 4 or 5 months later, I could sell them, that same canned meat. I could send them to that same sequence, because they bought months before, they may buy again. But I didn't want to keep hammering them when I was in that sequence day after day after day if they bought it. So what we can do in Kartra is we can have what's called an expiring tag. So you know how I said each day it checks to see if they bought based on a tag? Well, after that sequence over with, that tag may expire in a week or 30 days, whatever I decide, so that if I want to run my list again to that sequence, it doesn't take out the people that bought because that tag expired on them. They no longer have that tag. So that's something you can do inside of Kartra. Then the next thing you can do at the end of, let's say, a sequence of beef, let's say I'm selling cases of beef, at the end of that, I can say once they've completed this, send them to another automation. And the next automation may be 14.5-ounce chicken cans, okay? So after I take them through that beef, I can send them to the 14.5-ounce chicken, and they can start that sequence, and it operates the same way. It looks at them and says, hey, did they buy? If they did buy, it doesn't send them the next email. If they didn't buy, it does send them the next email, and they can run through that entire sequence. Now, once they complete that sequence, I can end that sequence, and I can send them to another automation to another sequence. And all of this operates automatically in Kartra. It's amazing. And all I have to do is sit back. Now, understand, not everybody hits the sequence at the same time. So if somebody joins my list today, they start the sequence. Somebody else may have already been in it for 3 weeks. They've already been through 2 different sequences, and they're heading for their 3rd one. Okay, so the way these sequences are set up, it has to do with when the person gets there. Now, here's the other cool thing. Let's say I put a case of meat on sale, and I say there's going to be a 3-day sale, and after 3 days, the sale is going to expire. Okay, well, in Kartra, what I can do is I can have an IP address tagging system. So let's say you opt in and you get my emails and it says 3 days till this is over with. It knows who you are by your IP address. So when you go to that sales page and it says now you've only got 2 days, and then you go to that sales page again, it says now you've only got 1 day, and then you go to the sales page again and it says it expired. You missed that sale. I can set that up in Kartra where it automatically does that based on the person's IP address. So one person could come into the sequence on a Monday and it expires on Thursday, and another person could come in on Tuesday and it expires on a Friday, all based on their IP address. Once again, Kartra does that for you. You know, you have to set it up, but Kartra will do that for you. That's why I recommend it. And I tell you, there'll be a link in the description when this video is over with. Just go watch the video. You don't have to opt in. You have to give a credit card. You have to buy anything. But watch the video of what Kartra does. It's frigging amazing. Let's talk about some of the other softwares you need. Let's say, now this is crazy because when I first started, if you would have told me that I was doing courses and I was going to have people paying me monthly for different courses, I would have said, well, that's insane. I don't do courses. I don't know anything about courses. Now I have a whole bunch of courses, but you have to put them somewhere. So when you have a course, there's all kinds of softwares out there. There's membership softwares, there's Kajabi, there's all these different things. But guess what? Inside Kartra, there's also a membership software. So I can put all kinds of different courses in there, unlimited. I could have 50 courses in there, and I can send people to these courses and they can watch the videos. Now, what can I do inside these memberships? Let me get another sip here real quick. They're called Kartra memberships, and this comes along with your membership at Kartra. But let's say I've got course A. Course A has 10 modules, and in each module there's 4 videos for them to watch. I can go in there and I can look at the members of that particular group, and I can see how far they've gone in every single video. I know how far they've gone. Something else I can do. Let's say it's a monthly membership. They pay 27 bucks or 47 bucks, whatever it is. I can drip out the content. What does that mean, drip out content? Well, that means in week 1, they may have access to module 1 and all the videos in module 2, or excuse me, all the videos in module 1. Week 2, they may get access to module 2, and it automatically releases these videos to them based on when they signed up. Pretty amazing stuff, right? And I can do that with all kinds of different courses in there. The other thing I can do is, since it's dynamic and it knows what they're doing, when they finish module 1, I can shoot them an email and say, congratulations, JR, you've completed module 1. I hope you enjoy module 2. let's go ahead and get started on that as soon as possible. And I can remind them to go ahead and get started on module 2. Let's say that they go through the entire course and I want to congratulate them and send them a completion certificate. I can automate to where every time somebody completes that course, it's going to send them a certificate of completion that they went through the course. Pretty cool. Now listen to this. Let's say they go through a course on e-commerce that I have, okay, e-commerce course, and they complete the course. When they get to the end, I can have an automated email that goes out to them and says, hey, congratulations on the completion of your e-commerce course. If you're interested in running ads for your products now, here's a course I have on Facebook ads. So I can automatically send them an email about Facebook ads, and they can start another course. They can buy another course from me automatically, and it's based on when they actually completed that course, right? Instead of sending it to them in the middle, it wouldn't make sense. Let them get through that course. Let that happen. And if you have any questions about this, guys, put that in the chat box. I know I'm covering a lot of stuff today. I'm so excited about Kartra. I am. And I've had Kartra for 2.5 years, and it's like, it's really changed my business. And people think, oh, well, you're just kind of pushing it because you're an affiliate. No, I don't push everything. I'm an affiliate of all kinds of stuff. But Kartra, yeah. As a matter of fact, if you use my a link in the description, which will not be there until this video is over with, but if you use that link, you can actually get Kartra for $1. You can try it out for $1, but you got to use my link. Use my link and you can try it out for $1. So what else? So we got the memberships, we got the sales pages, we got the emails. What else will Kartra do? Well, you can segregate people too into different groups, which is something else Kartra will do. It'll segregate people. So like when I send out an email, I can push the people who are survivalists aside if I'm sending an email on SEO, because they don't care about that. That's not what they do. So I can separate all these lists. Okay. Now some people are on both of my lists because they opted in. So they're going to get, whatever information because they opted in onto both of my lists. That happens. Let me get a sip here real quick. So what else can we do with Kartra? Oh my gosh, there's just so many things in there. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. As a matter of fact, let me pull up some of my notes here, guys, and show you guys what it is. And don't forget to put your comments in there. I'd love to see some from you. There we go. Let me pull up my notes here. Okay, there it is. Now it also has an affiliate portion in there. So let's say you did a course, okay, and you're selling your course and everything's going great, but you want other people to sell your course and you'll pay them a commission to do so. You can put that course inside the affiliate area of Kartra, and other people could just go in there and grab your information and send you customers. And when they buy, you get the money and Kartra pays them their commission. You don't have to do anything. So I think that's pretty darn amazing. They also have Kartra Checkout. Kartra Checkout actually will set it up so you can do all your payments in there. They have a payment gateway for you. Let's see here. Does Kartra facilitate your continuity programs? 100%. So like when I do a course, James, I can say I want to charge $21 a month, monthly forever. Okay, so as long as this person's a member, they're going to get charged $21 a month. It'll do that. I can say I want to charge them a flat fee of $997. It'll do that. I can say I want to charge them 3 payments of $397 and then the course is paid for. It'll do that. It does all this for you. It's all automated, and what you do is you set up your price points on that product. So I could have a product that is $997, okay, $997, and it also has another price point that's $47 a month. So it has 2 different price points, and I could test and see which one works better. And I can turn off the one that doesn't work as good, or Kartra can say, after I've done 100 of these, can I make the decision for you? And then Kartra will make the decision for you which one is better for you. So you can certainly do that. You can build all kinds of pages in Kartra. You can have lead generation in Kartra. So if people, if you want to have like a pop-up box where people opt in and they get a download or something like that, Kartra will do that. And when they opt in, you can tag them with whatever you want. You can say, well, they opted in for this SEO course, or they opted in for this beef information. They opted in for the survival course, whatever it is, it will do that. What else does it do? Videos. Oh my gosh, videos. Kartra is the only software on the market. There is no other software that does this, where you can actually upload your videos that people watch into Kartra. Now you say, well, why do I care if I upload videos in there, JR? Well, because if you just put a link, and it's a YouTube link, or it's a Wistia link, or whatever link you want to put in there, it does not do any analytics on that video. In other words, I don't know how far into that video you watch. Now, why is that important? Well, let's say I've got a video and I'm selling something, and it's a 10-minute video, and it's 6 minutes is when I actually give the offer into this 10-minute video. If I see that people are leaving at 4.5 or 5 minutes, I know that nobody is seeing the offer. If I just had a YouTube video in there, I wouldn't know how far into that video they watched. So then I could go back to the video and I could say, what is it at 4.5 or 5 minutes that's making people leave? And I could look at that video and either shorten it or give the offer sooner or change what I'm saying in there. So now you've got this intelligence of your video, which is awful cool. I mean, this is really cool. And plus it's going to work better because it doesn't have to go through a third-party provider. There's nobody else that does this but Kartra. They'll let you upload these videos. Something else I really like. The thing that really got me with with Infusionsoft when I had them is the more emails I sent, the more money I had to spend, right? Because that's how all these email providers are. If you send a bunch of emails, you pay more. Not with Kartra. Not with Kartra. It's unlimited emails. If I wanted to send 1,000 emails a day, or 10,000 or 50,000 a day, it's still the same price. The only thing they charge you for more is the number of contacts. So if your number of contacts goes up, you have to pay more. That makes sense, right? But they let you do unlimited emails. I don't know of another platform that will let you do that. I mean, that's just freaking amazing. The other thing that they'll let you do is Kartra Help Desk. It's built in. Now, Help Desk, you normally have to go pay, $100 a month or 50 or 200, whatever it is. Not with Kartra. It's built in. And I can have multiple help desks. So I have one for my survival food. I have one for a course on Facebook ads. I have one for e-business toolbox. And they can literally click on help and a little box pops up. They can type in a question. And they can also click on frequently asked questions. So this prevents us from having to do a lot of customer support. They can click on the FAQ and up comes a bunch of questions and answers so that maybe they won't even submit a ticket because they see the answer. But if they do want to submit a ticket, they can do so. It records it in Kartra. I can then log into Kartra, and what it does, it sends me an email. It says, hey, you've got a new support ticket. So it lets me know. Then I can go in there and I can answer that particular ticket, and I've got a list of all the questions and answers from that one person. It records it on their profile. So I can see who's used the help desk, what they used it for, when they used it, and look at a record of everything in there and what we said to them. The other cool thing about the help desk is, let's say I always get a question like, how long do your canned meats last? Well, in the help desk, if they didn't see it in the frequently asked questions, which it is there, I can do a pre-written email template, and I can copy that, and not even copy it, I just click template, and it'll paste it in there and send that email to them. So I don't have to type it out every single time over and over and over. Another cool thing they do. They also have Kartra calendars. So you can go ahead, somebody could schedule with you and it automatically goes on your calendar and you see it on your calendar. That's built into Kartra too. And so many other, softwares don't have that stuff. They have Kartra forms, so I can build my own forms in there. So let's say I want a form where it's just name and email. Cool, I've got it. But let's say I've got one that's name and email and phone number. Or name and email and what they like, and I can put whatever I want on this form. I can add custom fields. I can use the fields they've got. But let me tell you this is cool because we just started adding this. We now have phone numbers on our forms. You don't have to put your phone number in, but if you do put your phone number in, we can send you SMS messages. In other words, I can text you and I can say, hey, I'm getting ready to do this training, or I'm selling this product. I thought I would tell you about it. Here's a text to tell you about it. People can click stop and make it stop if they want. But the point is, I can also text people in there automatically. I can send a broadcast out to everybody that's got a phone number in there automatically. That's pretty cool stuff. Sid Hearth, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you in there. I hadn't seen you in a while. Looks like you still got your mask on there on that little picture. We got to take our mask off soon, don't we? I think so. What else can I tell you about? Kartra Agency. Let's say you have clients and you run ads for clients, or you work on their web pages or whatever. You can have your agency in there, and you can actually run all of their accounts under your account. So you can actually have Kartra Agency, which is very cool. The marketplace, and I'm looking at some of my notes here because it does so many things. In the marketplace in Kartra, you can actually find other products to sell that other people are offering, and you can offer them to your audience. So it gives you more products to sell, which is very, very cool, right? Because now you don't have to go out and come up with more products. You can find one that's selling well in Kartra, and you can offer it to your audience and sell it to them, which is awesome. And of course, they have integrations. They have great integrations with everything. I use Webinar Jam and EverWebinar, and in using those two, those are the same ones that are built by Kartra, same people. So all of that stuff integrates good, but it also has an API integration, so I can integrate it with anything else I want to. It's amazing. It really is. So, you know, there are a lot of softwares you need to run your business. I'm not going to say there aren't, but did you know you could put them all in one place? I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, the only other stuff I use outside of Kartra would be like WordPress or Magento, and those are platforms to put my websites on them. And I'm not saying you should never have a website. I'm just saying test it out in Kartra first before you do that, because what if it didn't work and you spent all that time with the website? That'd be terrible. So guys, I want to entertain any questions that you guys may have at this point. I think it's been a good session today. Really enjoyed it today. And you know, you guys need, if you're going to be selling online, to get Kartra. And some people say, well, I'm going to wait until my business really gets going. No, you need to do it now. You need to do it now because it's going to help your business get going. You know, if you're not doing opt-ins, if you're not emailing, if you're not doing these things in the beginning, your business won't grow very fast. And I know everybody's like, oh, I don't want to spend any money right now. You know, I'm going to wait till I make some money. You got to spend a little bit of money to make some money. Truth being, you can't start a business with no money. You know, if people come to me and say, JR, what business can I start with no money whatsoever? I'm like, not much. I did do a video on this the other day where you can get online and make money, but to start a real business, I mean, you got to go buy a business license. I mean, if you don't have any money at all, you know, you need to maybe work another shift on your job or do some freelance work on Upwork or Fiverr or something like that, because it does cost some money to start a business. And some of the money you spend does not get you money directly back. Like when I go down and pay for my business license, when I give them, you know, the $300 or $800, it's $800 actually for a corporation in California, plus my city one. But when I give them that $800, they don't go, oh, here's $1,000 back. They don't do that. They go, okay, now you can go make money. You know, you can go out and make money. And I pay that every single year. So there's certain costs to running a business, guys. We got to realize that aren't going to make us money. They just don't, okay? They're just requirements. Kartra will actually make you money. Kartra will generate cash. Kartra will generate customers. Kartra will help you build your list. It is amazing. You need to get it, okay? And like I said, in the description, after this goes, you know, I guess it's recorded or whatever, you can click on that particular link and you can go to Kartra and you can watch the video. You don't have to opt in. You don't have to give an email to do anything like that. But if you like it, which I know you will, you can get it for $1 if you use my link, which is pretty cool. You get a little quick sip. So that is an overview of software. Now, if I was doing this video 4 years ago, I would have had to tell you about 8 different pieces of software, because all the things I just told you about are all done in Kartra now. And they only get better. I'm telling you, they only get better. It does amazing things. You can do dynamic fields, like, you know, when you're sending an email, if you want to say like, Dear JR, I can put in there the code for the first name, and it will automatically put their first name in there. So, you know, one email goes out and says JR, another one says Jane, another one says Bob, because it knows what the first name is when you put that dynamic field in there. So you can do that also. All kinds of dynamic fields. You can put phone numbers and addresses, whatever you want in there, and your brain will just go in the beginning, because you're like, oh my God, there's so many things I can do. If you watch their video, you're going to see that. Have you checked out the platform that Mike Filsame, also a former car salesman, recently launched? Yeah, that's GrooveFunnels. And I did look at it. As a matter of fact, I have a membership to it. I know Mike, met him on a cruise. I just like Kartra so much. I don't doubt that it's good. I really don't. He started Kartra, Mike Filsame did, with Andy Jenkins. And then he broke off. I don't know what happened between the two of them. I know Frank Kern was involved at one point, and Frank, fell out because he's doing other stuff. And then it was Mike Filsame, it was Andy Jenkins, then Mike Filsame left, and then Andy Jenkins had it, and then Andy Jenkins actually got cancer. He had colon cancer, and he died, and he left it to his wife, Sarah. Sarah now runs Kartra. Sarah Jenkins, awesome person, really nice person. I've talked to her online. I don't know her personally, but she's doing a really great job. So yeah, I pretty much know the history behind all of it. Oh my God, you called me a car salesman. You did do that, didn't you? Terrible, terrible, terrible thing. But I can tell you this, when I did sell cars, I never lied to anybody about anything. You don't need to. It's not necessary. It's totally unnecessary. What's the point, right? Just be totally honest with them. And I think I sold more for that reason. When I was in the automotive business, I did run the #1 Chrysler Jeep dealership in the state of California. We were #3 in the United States, so we did a lot. We sold thousands of cars a month, which most car dealerships, if they sell 100, 150, they're doing good. We were down in National City. It's now sold to somebody else. It was McCune Chrysler. Then moved to the East Coast, became a vice president with a automotive group there. We had 16 franchises there. And I'm telling you, it was nothing but headaches. I mean, I like doing it. I like the people. I really enjoyed talking to them. I really enjoyed training people in sales and all that kind of stuff. But the one thing I would train you on sales is get excited about your product. #1, get excited. #2, never lie to anybody about anything. #3, bring up any objection they may have and treat them fairly, and you'll sell the crap out of stuff. I mean, you just will, because if you're nice and you're different from everybody else, they're just going to want to buy from you. They just will. So yeah. That's, I think, all I got for today, guys. Unless you have anything else, you're welcome to put it in that chat section there. Let me put something in here. Oh, I'll put that in at the end here. Been a good session today. We got a great session tomorrow. This is going to be a really full week. I have a lot of information I want to share with you guys. If you take this information and apply it, oh my God, that's the part that drives me nuts, is so many people don't apply it. It's a used car salesman that's bad. New car sales is okay. Well, I was involved with both. I've been a used car manager. I never really was just a used car salesman. I was a used car manager, and I ran that. Matter of fact, I started at the dealership in California as a used car manager, and I went to auctions, and I would buy literally thousands of cars a month to supply that dealership. I would buy from Enterprise Car Rental. I would go to one of their lots, literally in a single day. I would buy 500-600 cars. I would just go through and put my initials on windshields of cars, and we would ship them all back, and we had big sales and TV ads and all that kind of stuff. I think honesty, and no matter what you're selling, matters tremendously, and I think it comes through to the buyer, and they see that you're honest, and if they see that you're honest, I mean, why be dishonest? What's the point? Well, really, what's the point being dishonest? It's a 0 point thing. It's going to come back to you. When you lie and you cheat and you steal, it's going to come back to you. It's going to bite you in the butt. Always does. Always does. Always has been. Just be honest with people. They'll see that. And you may not sell as much in the beginning by being honest. Like, I'm honest about the fact that you got to work a lot of hours. You got to work hard. A lot of people don't want to hear that, and they don't buy from me because they're like, well, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear I got to work hard. That's craziness. But I'm honest, and I say that, but in the long run, I think I attract the right kind of person that has a good work ethic. I don't want to attract somebody who thinks they can work, 2 hours a week and make $1 million a year, because you can't do it. On down the road you may, because you built something up, but you put in the hours to get there. Oh shucks, endings already. No, I'm having way too much fun. Thank you so much, James. You really make me feel good. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. Gotta get a lot of work done today. My video editor says he's out of videos, so I gotta get those videos ready for him. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified every single time I go live or I upload a video. So please do that. Give me a thumbs up if you would. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you